We're here back at the Fantasy Bar, 6-gamer on Monday night. We got 6 of my favorite plays for you, including a game that we want to stack up on the cheap. One of my favorite value plays that was good to us on Friday night, a beast of the night in a smash spot, and nobody over 9K to make life easy on you on FanDuel and DraftKings. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to be back here in the Fantasy Bar. Hope everybody out there had a great weekend. 6 guys ready for you here on FanDuel and DraftKings for this 6-game NBA slate. Before we get into the plays, you guys know the drill. Take a second, click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any of the content, and check out scoresandodds.com/beer. I have started giving picks over there for the NBA 2 for 2 in our debut over there. So don't miss out. Some great information from all of your favorite RotoGrinders contributors, including those premium picks. If you don't have the time to dig in, if you do, a lot of great information, scoresandodds.com/beer. That link in the description of the video. All right, let's get started here. Just a 6-gamer, but looks like a fun slate. Let's start at point guard, shooting guard with Jayden Ivy of Detroit. So we know Detroit in the running here for Victor Wembanyama, so they're going to continue to tank. No Bogdanovic tonight. Multiple guys are out, questionable here. So it leaves a lot of usage on the table for Ivy, who actually leads the way with some of these guys off the floor. Over a 5% usage bump, specifically with Bogdanovic off the floor. And some of those weird splits here. Don't put a ton of weight in this, but this guy's been much better at home, averaging almost 5 DraftKings points per game more in his home arena. Good matchup here with Portland coming off a back-to-back, and Portland bottom 12 in fantasy points allowed to the point guard position. All right, let's go to the other side of that game. One of my favorite value plays was good to us the other night, going back to the well at shooting guard, small forward Cam Reddish. So should likely be another start here for Cam Reddish. I'm not expecting Anthony Simons back. If he is, maybe we make some adjustments if he's out. I want to continue to roll out Cam Reddish here. Again, knocked it out of the park for us on Friday night against his former team in the Atlanta Hawks, but minutes have really been there. 29 or more minutes now in 5 of the last 6 games. And the production been fantastic, has topped 30 DraftKings points in each of the last 2. Gets a very juicy matchup here with a bad Detroit defense. Bottom 10 against small forwards, bottom 5 against shooting guards here. Damian Lillard can't do it all on his own. Cam Reddish remains one of the better values on the board. All right, back to the Detroit side, building a little game stack here at power forward center, Marvin Bagley III. So Detroit going to be missing some bigs again. Jalen Duren out, Isaiah Stewart out, James Wiseman also listed as questionable. I saw him get banged up the other night, so we'll see if he is back. Even if he is, still going to need some minutes here out of Marvin Bagley, who has made the most of this opportunity. We're talking 37 or more DraftKings points now in 4 of the last 6 games, so really capitalizing with these minutes here. Portland been awful against centers, 3rd most fantasy points allowed to this position, and likely no use of Nurkic down low either to kind of slow these guys down. So Bagley smashing here of late, prices creeping up a little bit, but plenty of upside, plenty of meat still left on the bone here for Marvin Bagley III. All right, let's move out of that game. Let's go out west with a little late night hammer with Brandon Ingram of New Orleans. So huge total in this one. In fact, highest total we have on the board, 238.5, 6-point spread here. So close enough for me to think this game could be high scoring and very competitive, very consistent here for Brandon Ingram. So that nice floor we want in our cash games. Also the nice ceiling we look for in tournaments. 39 or more DraftKings points now in 8 of the last 11 games. This is a weak spot for the Sacramento Kings. Have really struggled against small forwards. In fact, one of the worst teams in the league. Bottom 3 in points allowed, and of course fantasy points allowed to this position. Should be a fun, entertaining game. Brandon Ingram here in a potential track meet. Love him tonight against the Sacramento Kings. All right, let's get back to the mid-range here with our next pick at point guard, shooting guard with Derek White of Boston. So this one seems odd, but Robert Williams out. Derek White ends up in the starting lineup, so they kind of rotate the guys down the line a little bit. Williams going to be out here potentially 2 weeks, so I'm expecting Derek White to draw another start here. And at these prices, even in this matchup, somebody I want exposure to here tonight against Cleveland, especially over on DraftKings. You got to go all the way back to mid-January to find prices as low as we've gotten on him over the last couple nights here. So a great buy low at 5,400 on DK. Another guy, like we talked about Ingram, solid cash game floor with his ability to contribute across the stat sheet. And we've seen many games where Derek White vastly outproduces his number, gives us that 7, 8x, potentially as high as 10x here on these numbers. That would be a hell of a night for Derek White. Point is, too cheap, starting, drawing some big minutes here, and a guy that can do it all. Derek White, one of my favorite mid-range plays tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue that Beast of the Night contest. Congrats to all the recent winners. Easy to play. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on DraftKings tonight. For my Beast of the Night, closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Monday night, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time, we owe you a center here, and I am rolling with Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, I don't think we're going to see a ton of ownership here on Bam. Normally, these Miami guys get juiced up when somebody's missing, when a Butler's out, a Hero's out. They're at full strength tonight. I don't think you're going to see a lot of people pull the trigger here, but I absolutely love this matchup for Adebayo. Atlanta has bled fantasy points to this position. In fact, all across the stat sheet, they are struggling. Bottom 12 in points allowed, rebounds allowed, fantasy points allowed, and Bam has absolutely dominated this team. Has really been a big contributor to those numbers that we just talked about, averaging over 27 points per game, almost 11 rebounds per game, and 52.5 DraftKings points per game in 3 previous matchups here with the Atlanta Hawks. I think he goes nuts again, goes over 50 fantasy points. Bam Adebayo, my favorite play on the board, and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that wraps up for Monday night with 6 of my favorite plays. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that YouTube comment section. Don't forget, fantasy points for Bam Adebayo on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll take tomorrow off. Be back once again on Wednesday. Thumbs up button if you have not already. Subscribe so you don't miss out. And thank you again for watching and supporting the videos. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist.